This segment of Delmarva Life is brought to you by Delmarva Acupuncture and Wellness Center.
Many of us know what it feels like to have some type of problem and feel like we've tried everything to fix it and nothing is working. Well, Jane Roth of Andrews Lake experienced that very thing in a devastating way when she suffered severe depression and anxiety. It seemed like absolutely nothing was going to help. It seemed like it would never get better. It seemed like this was the new normal.
That is, until she made an appointment at Delmarva Acupuncture and Wellness Center. She says Dr. Ashley Adams brought her out of the most hopeless place, and it would help her with another future diagnosis. DelmarvaLife's Katie Zerilli tells us the story.
Jane Roth is fervent about her family.
I'm very blessed with beautiful kids and beautiful grandkids. They're very much in my corner.
And spending quality time with them over the holidays isn't something she's taking for granted, because just a short time ago, it may not have been possible.
I was really in a very bad state. I was a lot of times in bed.
Jane developed debilitating anxiety and depression after her husband was diagnosed with colon and liver cancer in the thick of the pandemic. Not being able to join him in hospital visits took her mind to a dark place.
I couldn't drive. I couldn't go out of the house. I couldn't do it. I couldn't face just commotion or anything. I couldn't do it. I would have to lay in bed because there was nothing else I could do. It was, your heart was palpitating so fast, and you couldn't eat because you'd have dry heaves. It just overtook your life.
She was first prescribed medications. None worked, and in fact, they caused harmful side effects. And then her daughter mentioned acupuncture.
And I thought, okay, you kind of wonder. And then that night, within a couple of days of that, at WBOC, DelmarvaLife, I saw Dr. Adams. And when I saw her and I saw her face, it was like a genuine face. I made an appointment, came in, and she started me on my treatment.
She had tried so many things, and I was really her last hope and last resort.
And so, as Dr. Ashley Adams does, she took the time, asked questions thoroughly, and got right to work.
Getting underneath of that for her was like wanting to bring her back to her old self, and that's what my focus was in the moment.
Was Jane nervous about the needles at first? No question.
Because you think, oh my goodness, they're going to stick needles in me. But you don't, you feel a pick. But you don't feel them afterwards when they're in. No. And they got heated beds here too. In the winter it was really nice.
The relief wasn't instant, but Jane says after 4 or 5 weeks, she finally began to calm down.
I could just feel it. I could feel that calming coming over me. And I was eating.
A triumph over this tribulation, to say the least. Later on, though, another unexpected turn when Jane was diagnosed with breast cancer. And that journey could have been a whole lot worse had she not already been a patient of Dr. Adams. Being a breast cancer survivor herself, she knows the effects of chemotherapy and radiation.
You have fatigue, nausea, vomiting, you have aches and pains because of the medication. Although it's needed, they cause pain. So we focus on helping with the pain, the nausea, the dry mouth, the fatigue, the depression, anxiety, stress, all of those things.
Not that I didn't have unbelievable doctors that did my surgery. Yeah. Unbelievable, I have an oncologist I'm going through. That's not to take anything away from them, but the underlying things that you go through, that's what you need the support into. And that's what acupuncture did for me.
Remember, Jane couldn't take medication. Fortunately, acupuncture worked wonders.
And there was time I couldn't eat. I just couldn't put anything in my mouth. And she would get me to a point where I'd go down and I'd say, I'm going to have chicken nuggets. And I'd go eat my chicken nuggets.
I'm not going to cure cancer. That is not my role in any of that. That is for the oncologist and, you know, the doctors that perform the surgeries and help the patient. I am to help them get through it, to manage the side effects, and to help them internally.
And that's what she did for Jane, who, along with her husband, is happy and healthy. She believes without Dr. Adams, that might not have been possible.
I honestly don't think I could have went through it, survived it.
And so she pleads with any other person experiencing any type of pain, give this a go.
I'd say don't hesitate. Don't hesitate. I am living proof of where it can take you. I don't think the public knows enough about acupuncture. They're just, you know, they take up this wall and, oh yeah, somebody's going to stick needles in you, right? That's going to help. But it does. It actually does.
And that precious clan she's got around her would most certainly agree.
Just this Thanksgiving, sitting around the Thanksgiving table, my family, and they said, Dr. Adams has given our mother back.
And there's simply no greater gift.
And Dr. Adams says anyone who gets a cancer diagnosis should contact her immediately. She says it's well worth it not to wait.
I can't imagine what that would do to you psychologically.
Oh, man. And to finally see some hope.
Yes.
That has to be wonderful.
That's great.